Fan of your podcast. On one of your episodes, I know that you received a question about what your ideal country would be, and one of the stipulations you made was that you would have a voluntary tax. And I was wondering how you think that would work, and if you were concerned at all about a situation akin to the tragedy of the Commons, where people would act in their self-interest and just assume that other people would pay for
right. So when
tax.
I don't actually remember suggesting a voluntary tax. What I would suggest is the Richard Epstein view of taxation in his book Takings, which is that anything I pay in taxes I have to get out in services. Meaning that it's one thing to tax me for the police because I get out the possibility of using the police. But it's not something to tax me for redistribution because I'm not getting anything out of that. My money's just gone. Or you tax me for Social Security and then the money's just gone. Right? That's something else entirely. So the case for taxation is basically that you need it for common goods that can't be provided through any other mechanism. And what I would say is I would minimize taxes to that. Right? And maybe the best way to do that is a sales tax, or maybe the best way to do that is an extraordinarily low, flat tax. But the biggest problem is not all taxation as a principle. I mean, every society has to have some form of taxation, and I don't prefer tariffs. The biggest problem is that we have a government that is so widely unsustainable and huge that the levels of taxation are never going to be sufficient. They're going to end up stealing all your money.